Howdy. Melinda informs me that somebody left a comment, I believe it was Fake Sagan, left a comment about not wanting to, I talked in a video about making a bottleneck slide for playing guitar, breaking the neck off of a bottle of wine. He said it sounded like a pain in the butt, sanding it down or whatever. I haven't read the thing directly yet because Melinda hogs the frickin' computer. You know, if people on YouTube that like dramas, what you got to do is you got to get married, and then you don't have to go on YouTube for the drama. You got drama at home, because then she hogs the computer. You see, it's a drama between us. Okay, anyway, this is a I think it's a brass slide that I bought at a store. I don't like the sound of it. See, the dogs next door are howling already in anticipation of how bad this sounds. Maybe a lot of people like it, but I like the glass sound. Anyway, so I wanted to explain what you do to make a glass slide for playing guitar. As you can see, this one, see if I can get some good example detail of it. Okay, it is not broken evenly, and it looks, people see me playing with this and they go, you should be careful, you're going to cut yourself or something. What I did was, I read about this in a couple of slide books, and they tell you like the simple, cheesy way. Ooh, here's the really nasty part. You see this part right here? Boop, 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 boop. It's all like cracked. I don't know. It's not cracked. It's like sheared off, strangely. Anyway, okay. Here's what you do. Get yourself a bottle of wine, which you're going to be drinking anyway, because I know you, and you drink wine. If you don't use it for recipes, get one from a friend. I don't give a shit. You get your wine bottle. This is from a bottle of Ernest and Julio Gallo, something, something. I didn't care what was in it. And, let's see. Okay, I used a glass cutter tool that my mom had to kind of score around the edges, the neck of the bottle, about where you want it to break off. You take a rough guesstimate. If you don't have a glass cutter that you can borrow from somebody, then maybe a hacksaw blade or something like that. You're not cutting through the whole thing, you're just scoring the outside where you want it to break. And then the next step is where, don't try this at home, kiddies. Let me put it this way, I'm not suggesting you do this. I'm going to tell you what I did, and then if you do it yourself, you're fucking stupid if you get hurt, because it's possibly dangerous, but normal adults can do this. Anybody else, you're stupid, don't do it. Okay, you take a shoelace, or whatever kind of string you've got, or twine, not twine, use string, something cottony that'll soak up some juice, and dip it in kerosene. I haven't tried gasoline, kerosene is what seems to work for me well. And you wrap it around the part where you scored it, and you light it on fire, you leave it for a few minutes, and then while it's hot, I don't remember if I grabbed the bottom part and tapped the neck on the ground, or one way or another, you grab it, hold on to it good, and knock it a few times, and if with any luck, it'll break at the part where you scored it, at the point where you scored it. Wait a while, see? Works for me, testimonial. I play slide guitar. Can you hear? Anyway. Okay. Wait a while for it to cool down. You don't want to douse it in cold water or something because it'll break, because one part's hot, one part's cold. It'll break like ice cubes do when you put them in non-icy water. And you sand it down. I'd use some plain sandpaper. I didn't go even buy some. Luckily, my parents had tons of tools and junk in the basement. I just gradually sanded down all the edges that I thought were sharp. And like I said, people look at this all the time and tell me it looks like it's going to cut me. And I can every which way. I've had it for like 10 years. The thing would have cut me by now if it possibly could. It hasn't. You just sand all the edges. You don't even need to make it look perfect. A lot of this looks really sharp. It still feels, I don't know, I guess if you jabbed it on somebody, it might cut something, but it's good enough that I don't cut myself with it. If you don't have sandpaper, some of the slide guitar books I've got suggest that you take the sharp edges and just kind of sand it against some concrete sidewalk. I haven't tried that. I guess it works, although the inside you'd still want to do something to the inside. And I may have used a file instead of just sandpaper. Seems like sandpaper works though. Seems like I used sandpaper. I would still suggest getting some sandpaper for the inside edge. The outside you could mess around with the sidewalk or whatever. And don't bother using a screw-off top. I guess some people probably do. This is from the kind with a cork, because it's got that little ridge around the top. It would be a pain in the ass if you had the what do you call it? If it had screw-on type cap thing, grating on the strings would sound crappy. You wouldn't want that. And then you put your one hand here and your one hand there. I've got it tuned to an open G, I think. And this is my first guitar, and it's got a higher action, so you don't get the bad chance of like rattling against the frets when you're trying to play slide with it. It's probably a half step or a step down or something. I don't care. It sounds okay to itself. Good enough for what we're getting paid. Lord's not had them all walking blues.